What's up, Savages? This is Josh Brisbane with Savage Syndicate Group. This is a total impromptu Zoom call. I'm just getting fed up and angry. I try not to watch the news for obvious reasons because it makes me have these emotions. But this week, what are we on? March 9th. There's been a couple attacks that have super random. It's not a crime of passion. It's not a crime of opportunity. It's just a basic knucklehead doing knucklehead shit. And the one I really got me peeved was the guy who saw a 17-year-old. I'll show you a video of it, but saw a 17-year-old kid and parked in a parking lot near him, snuck up behind him, and stabbed him with a huge knife, killed him. It's getting insane out there. I mean, it's been insane in my world, but now more and more people are starting to see it on the news. And so I thought I would just I thought about this last night. I'm like, hey, let's just do a live Zoom. I'll share my screen and walk you guys through some scenarios and what the people that were victims did wrong, what they could have done better. And we'll just go from there. So we'll just jump right into it. This is new to me, sharing my screen and walking through things. So if there's some little hiccups here and there, I apologize, but I will do my best. Let's share the screen. All right. I believe you guys are in my screen. So let me get out of this. So this one, I mean, literally anybody can watch these. I don't know what that Riverside one is. Literally anybody can watch this or find this. You just type in stabbings or random attacks on strangers, and you see what people are doing. And it's absolute mind-boggling. I mean, you could see this guy with a knife, back turn, walking into a store, right? Let's hear what happened.
And as CBS 2's Nick Calloway reports, she says it happened out of nowhere.
Randomness. He just wanted to come and avoid me. The random act of violence was captured by surveillance cameras.
Stabs her.
Najee Wilson was walking into the corner store to buy some ice when this man walked up with a
Jesus.
and stabbed her in the back.
So stabs her in the back. I don't know how to make me larger or whatever. But he stabs her in the back, right? Total random, total stranger. They didn't know this guy. But what could you do to avoid having some random stranger walk up to you, right? So this view kind of gives you a better idea. It looks like it's on a corner, right? Probably some busy intersection. She's just minding her own business, doing her own thing. When you're on a busy street like that, it's always good. It looks like this guy's ran up on her, but always be vigilant of who's around you. Know your surroundings. Before I go into a grocery store, I don't go into too many liquor stores these days, but before I do a quick survey. Is it safe? Are there any strangers, any dangerous things that I need to take stock of? Is there a car sitting there idling? There's just basic little surveillance, basic little mental checklists that I do every time I go somewhere. So this poor gal probably could have done a quick little head swivel, right? When she's walking up, it doesn't take much to just look to the side, look to the right. She could probably see this guy sneaking up on her, and then she could have, ran inside the store. She could have turned and started swinging, but to get that close to you without realizing there's another human being behind you is lack of situational awareness. I'm not blaming this victim at all. Most of these victims that you'll see in the scenarios I'm running, they're not to blame. They're just relying on other people not being crazy. And in today's world, too many people out there are crazy. They've lost their shit and they're doing bad things to good people. So it doesn't hurt to be high, a little bit high, more on more high alert when you go out of the house. And so this one takes a knife to the back. Fortunately, I mean, there's no good scenario getting stabbed, but he just poked her, right? He didn't really dig in there. It wasn't, a severe stabbing. The dude could have killed her, obviously. He could have stabbed her in the neck. He could have gone up behind her and sliced her throat. There's 1,000 different scenarios this guy could have done to make this little incident worse. Why? Why would somebody do that? And that's what people are, rational people are thinking. Why would somebody go do that? Irrational people are thinking, oh, it's Tuesday. I'm going to go stab somebody. So that's one I got for you here. Let me try. I did this last night, Zoom meeting. Let's go to another one. And these are stabbings because the one that I saw that really pissed me off was a random person stabbing somebody. So I just typed in stabbings. Here's another one. This one's a little harder to watch.
Is my plugin to
Got to
that
watch the
network
commercials,
and
right? Good
what
old
to do with
YouTube.
all that. Now, more than 24
This one, let's just listen.
here at the suspect's home. And just within the past hour, we have a little bit of confusion because while at the news conference, the police chief said that the suspect should not have been eligible for being released from prison under a prior conviction because of AB.
That's a whole nother issue. Out here in California, they're letting criminals out. They let Governor Newsom release tons of violent criminals during COVID. Don't even try to rationalize why he did that. It's a lost cause. But these are the people that he let out on parole. Not even parole. I don't think he just let them out, but whatever.
He says that technically,
I think if we go back, let's just go to the video here. So this guy right here comes into, I don't even know what kind of store this is, right? What this woman could have done, I'll show you the video and then we'll kind of rehash it.
Starts talking to her, gets very close to the woman who's asking. You'll see him then pull out two knives. He's gonna walk around there. These knives are in his hand right now, and he starts to attack her. We stop it here, but he slashes at her dozens of times. And we're going to pick it up in a moment that the woman runs away. She hides behind the table. But look at that green to the right in the petition. There's a person there who grabs his attention. I don't think he realized that that person was in the room. Then he decides to grab some money, and then he takes off. Again, this terrifying video is just part of what played out in two Orange County cities. And eyewitnesses would rob the mill in this line of Garden Grove.
So he did that. That was his second place of business that he walked into. Again, super random. He didn't have any kind of interaction with these people. He didn't have a bad business transaction. He literally ran in from the street, came in there. I think he was running from the law from something else, goes in there. So what could this person have done, right? Again, I'm not blaming these victims, but there's little cues, or danger leaves cues, leaves clues. Just like business success leaves clues, danger leaves clues. How do I admit people? Sorry about this. Yeah, somebody was trying to pop in. But anyway, a guy comes in a hoodie, right? I don't know what this kind of, it looks like insurance place, or maybe it's a payroll, like somewhere where you borrow quick cash or something. I don't know. But regardless, I don't think this looks like a normal upstanding citizen that is an everyday customer here. Black hoodie, has it over his face. So as soon as he walks in, she should take notice. She should take stock. And if I'm sitting right there and the front door is here, and I have a customer, look at it looks like there's customer lines, right? So start here. There's signs that say this place is frequented by people, like customers, whatever their business is. They're used to larger amounts of people in there. This woman tucked in this little corner or this little wall right here, good for her. She's got this so nobody can sneak up on her, but she's just doing her job. She's not thinking tactically like, okay, I got to watch this side and my six, and her six is wide open. But what she should do, if there's people have access to that front door, have a weapon right here, right? Whether it's a gun, a knife of her own, pepper spray, something that when a creep walks in like this, she should right now, that guy's in her space. You don't get that close. If you're asking questions or if you're asking for directions or whatever you're politely asking, he should be doing this back here. Once he gets into that space and too close like that with his hands in his pocket, hoodie on, she should start acting. And if she's wrong, and she could apologize later. I'm not saying shoot him, but let's see. But she should definitely, there's signs that this gentleman is up to no good. So this woman right here should have some kind of weapon right here to deter this guy getting this close to her. That's what I would do. I would definitely have, I don't know what's going on, but I would definitely have some kind of weapon, some kind of, maybe a baseball bat to keep people from getting this close to me, right? So he's digging around in his pockets, pulls out the first knife. Right here, when he's digging around in his pockets, this gal should act. She should shove that table at him. She should do something because customers shouldn't be this close and they shouldn't be reaching in their pockets when they're agitated. This woman should act now, and unfortunately, she doesn't. This guy takes out two big blades. Now, blades out, she should be shooting this guy if she had a weapon right there. He's now coming around to her. Use whatever is at your disposal. Even if she didn't want to carry a gun, have a bat, have something, have I don't a paintball gun or something that's going to shock this guy and changing his OODA loop, which is changing his thought process. This guy came in here wanting to cause damage, whether he wanted money, whether he wanted to physically harm her, which he does. His thought process is, I'm going in there and I'm causing damage. I'm causing havoc. I want to violate somebody. So once, if she shoves his table at him, or if she says, "Hey, dude, what's your mom's name?" That's changing his thought process. That's changing his way of what he was thinking, what he was going in there to do. Now he's like, "Woman, why did you just ask about my mom?" So it makes him like break his train of action or his chain of action, and then you act even more. So when he pauses to go, "What the hell was she asking my mom about, or her name about my mom?" You act. You go in there and you start annihilating this attacker. You take up the trash can, the chairs. You do whatever you can to destroy this attacker because he's not going to take it light. And let's hit play. He goes in at her with two knives like that. Jeez, man, this is hard to watch, even though they do stop it right there. But he goes in on it and then starts attacking her. And then you'll see, the guy's talking right now. He slices her up, right? You'll see this hand right here. She's got some deep gashes. I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't. She's got attacked by two big knives. Instead of walking out into the open like this, grab this printer, grab the chair, grab these desktop, grab this pole right here, create distance, right? I don't even care if she swings at him and attacks him, but create distance. Don't let this knucklehead get in her space again. With two knives like that, and she has nothing, put something in your hands that is going to create space. This pole right here is a good one. These chairs, that desk, I don't care if she's strong or not. Her adrenaline's now pumping. She can go get some crazy strength in her and fight off this attacker. She gets a chair here, right then and there, chuck that chair at that guy. Aim for his head, aim for his nose, aim for his balls, do whatever. You're being attacked. You need to act violent. She does kind of well here, puts herself in a corner, so it's harder to get, but then she kind of messes up again and crawls over here. Now this guy sees this woman, backs off. So imagine if this woman scared him enough to back off, what would have happened if she would have hit him with a chair? She would have engaged and done something, aggressive towards him. If this woman, by saying something, got his attention enough for him to back off, imagine if she would have fought back and thrown a chair at his face or something. Probably would have been a little different scenario. He takes the money. She's still over here in the corner, still not grabbing anything. Man, I would definitely place some weapons in this place. And then he walks off and he actually goes over and stabs some more people. But look at, I mean, it's common sense. It's like, yeah, of course, everybody should have a weapon there. But I guarantee you, this woman probably, if she did go back to work and she's not traumatized, I bet you she has weapons inside of here, or maybe a hired security guard that sits at the front door. Something now has changed in her life, the way she looks at people, the way she acts. Everything has changed in this poor woman's life because of this asshole with two knives attacks her. So if she was able to go back to work, she should definitely, or probably does, have weapons here now in case this ever happens again. Probably won't. Probably, she one time's enough, but hopefully she acted and now has weapons. So that is that one. Let's go back to another Zoom. This one I talk
What's up,
about a
Doc?
lot. This is gas station safety. Most people go to the gas station, put the gas in the nozzle or whatever in the gas tank, and start looking at their phone. It drives me nuts. My 9-year-old knows what to do when you go to the gas station. When we go to the gas station, this happened in Miami. This guy has his back. Beat a bottle, beat a bop. So we'll play it and then I'll walk you through it. So he's at the kiosk doing his thing. Look at this guy sneak up behind him with a knife, stabs him a couple times, and runs. Right? The guy's a coward. The guy obviously doesn't want a confrontation. This guy gets stuck in the back for no reason other than this guy didn't want his money, didn't want his car, didn't want anything, just wanted to stab him. So what do you do when you're at a gas station? First and foremost, I mean, gas stations are all over the place. There's some in the hood, there's some in nice areas. It doesn't matter what area you are in. survey the area before you pull into the driveway. If there's some shady looking characters, don't go in the drive or into the gas station. If there's something that's off, if there's like some kind of altercation or there's some homeless dude taking a shit on somewhere, I saw a guy taking a shit the other day in front of one of the gas stations I go to. If something's off, don't pull in. Just use common sense. Don't feel like you're obligated to go to the same gas station because you know Bob the teller or whatever. Your safety is more important than any kind of patterns and normal patterns that you have. So check to survey the area first and foremost before you go in. This one seems to be right off a busy street, which most gas stations are. So I would, depends on what area this is in. I mean, Miami, I don't know Miami very well. I don't know it at all. But do not turn your back. When I'm putting my card in here and doing all this stuff, I've already surveyed the area, right? I have one hand free. I carry weapons on me, so I'm a little more prepared. But this guy nonchalantly is looking at this thing, thinking, "Oh, I'm in Miami, the beach. There's nice, great music playing. I'm just going to hang out and beat a bop and get my gas." This guy sneaks up, and it looks like from the other photo that he just came out of the store, right? This guy should already see this guy in a hoodie in Miami. I do know Miami's pretty good weather, right? So if it's 70, look it down here. It's 77 degrees. Why is a guy in a hoodie coming out of a gas station? I know, because he's up to no good. People who wear hoodies over their heads and looking like that in 80 degrees are going to get my attention and I'm going to act on it. So right now, look at that. Knife down. If he would put the gas, this is what I recommend. You don't turn your back like that, right? Your head's on a swivel, you're moving back and forth, you're putting the thing in. Once you put the gas into the gas can, step out to the front of the car or the back, whatever you prefer, and I start stretching. I start doing some calisthenics. I start just paying attention to anybody around me. It could be a little old lady on a walker in the middle of the street. It could be this knucklehead in a hoodie at 80-degree weather. Whatever it is, I'm watching them, I'm clocking them, and I'm acting accordingly. I don't have my hands in my pockets because if I have to act quickly, a hand's going to be free or both hands are going to be free. And I have a weapon on me. If I need to draw that, I'll do some, whether it's a knife or gun, I'll leave that up to you what you think. But I'm going to not let this guy sneak up on me like this. Again, nobody would get that close without me saying, hey, back off, back up, or doing whatever. You don't let people get this close with this kind of intention, right? No, it drives me nuts. Back turned and this guy. And that's what these knuckleheads are looking for. They're looking for easy prey. They're looking for easy targets. If this guy was like me and bopping around and looking at places, this guy would go, not today. That guy doesn't look like I should mess with him. I'm going to move on to the next. And that's all that's going to deter me being attacked from this guy being attacked. What do you think looks more savage, I guess? Me over here stretching, doing some calisthenics and looking for any kind of suspicious activity, or this guy with his back turned looking at the gas station? Well, I think what you could tell by what happens, who this guy's gonna drives me nuts. Pokes him and goes. That's it. Now, if this guy would have turned around and maybe saw that the guy was this close to him, the little coward that he is probably would have saw, oh, you're looking at me, and ran the other way. I mean, look at him, a little scrawny dude, looking, whatever. If this guy would have turned around and like, whoa, what are you doing? And caused some scene, maybe this taxi guy would have seen it. Maybe, something would have drawn his attention and he wouldn't have stabbed the dude. But regardless, do not turn your back and then just sit there. And usually these will play commercials for you. Don't watch them. Don't get on your phone. Phone's in the car, right? Just be aware that gas station is not a place for you to let your guard down and just hang out and watch the cars go by, watch these little goofy ads. It's a time to be on yellow alert. Green, yellow, red. Green, you're chilling. Yellow, you're on alert. Red, you're acting. This guy, we call it left to bang. Now he's reacting to what this guy did. He should have been, preventive. I don't know. I can't speak today. But he should have been on his cue, on guard, watching for this kind of stuff. It's unfortunate. I feel bad for these victims, but there are things that you can do to not be a victim or help increase your chances on not being a victim. So that one is the gas station. All right. I think that's enough of the Zoom ones or the YouTube. Yep. So stabbings. These ones, this is the reason why I started to do this. This is why last night I literally thought I need to do a Zoom call because I'm getting pissed off at these attacks. Let's see, which one was it? This one right here. I don't know if I can enlarge it, but yeah, you guys will see it. This 17-year-old kid was in Alhambra, which is a suburb of LA, waiting for his mom and to come pick him up, I think from school. And somebody randomly sees him, pulls into a garage behind him, a parking lot, walks out and stabs him, kills him. That's why I'm doing this. This is what drives me absolute nuts about these scenarios is that everybody thinks they're safe because they think the mentality of everybody else is the same as them, right? I don't wake up on a Tuesday and decide, "Hey, I'm going to cause harm on people." But I guarantee you there are people out there waking up right now today, Thursday, March 9th. They're waking up and going, "How do I fuck somebody up? How do I kill somebody? How can I jump somebody? How can I surprise and scare the shit out of somebody and ruin their life?" They're out there, and this is a perfect example of it. So I'll hit play, and this will just loop. So he already chose his victim. He was driving by, he pulls in here, and now he's walking out. Look at the size of that knife. And then the kid's obviously here, and you don't get to see it. Thank God, because watching stabbings isn't nice. But this happened. The guy actually stabbed another guy. Unprovoked attack. Now, what could this kid? I'm assuming he's standing right here, right? What could he have done to prevent or at least be aware of that attack coming, not being caught off guard? Well, let's see. It looks like a pretty busy street again. You're kind of seeing the pattern here. A lot of things happen on busy streets. This kid's waiting. Maybe the school's somewhere down the street. His mom says, "Wait off the corner. I'm going to pick you up." There's bushes right here, right? He could back up and cover his six, which is his back, and make sure that anything, not so much here because this guy could have hopped the fence or, maybe it's only shoulder height and he could have stabbed him in the head. But you usually want your back against some kind of concealment, right? So you can watch in front of you 180 degrees. And if this was a little higher, he had his back covered. Most likely, this guy's not going to jump or go through, freaking commando over this concealment here or this barrier to stab him. These knuckleheads want it quick and easy. So he keeps his head on a swivel. He's on a busy street, so hopefully he's already paying attention because these cars can hop, skip, and a jump right over over the sidewalk and take people out. Happens all the time. So he should already be a little bit off the sidewalk, but it's hard to gauge where he's at. He might be sitting on a bus stop. I'm not sure, but either way, I would be not on the street for one and sitting there waiting because it's too busy. I would have my back up over here and I'd be watching both ways. And I turn around every so often since these hedges look like they're not 6'2", which is what I am. So if I had a little bit of exposure, I'd be sitting back, hanging out, looking everywhere. My phone would be in my pocket, my right hand would be available. I had my weapons on me. And if this guy pulled in here and started walking and say I was standing right here, I now face him, right? And I'm looking at him. Okay, is he agitated? Oh shit, dude has a knife, right? I now see this and I'm not going to go, "Ooh, I do jujitsu. I do Muay Thai. I've watched a couple UFC fights. I'm going to take this guy on. Here's my chance to learn." If there's this much space between you and him, run. If you don't have your family or if they are also Hussein Bolt and they're fast, run together. There's no shame in running. Definitely get away from the danger if you can. Excuse me. So this guy, if he was watching, would see that this guy in all black has a huge knife. I don't want to be a part of it. If this is a busy street, make a run for it. Play Frogger. You have a better chance of avoiding these cars than this dude coming at you. Any knife fight, you're going to get cut up. Whether you win or not, you're going to get cut up. But look at this. Guy's walking with intent. He's walking like, Jesus. That's all it takes. This kid just got out of school thinking, "Oh, I'm going to go maybe to jiu-jitsu later, or I'm going to go do homework or this and this and that." And this asshole completely destroys his whole family, kills his 17-year-old kid. Kid was an honor roll student, a great kid, not some knucklehead gangbanger sitting out here. He was a good kid. And unfortunately, he's dead because this asshole woke up in the morning and decided he was going to kill somebody. He actually stabbed some skateboarder kid down the street too. But he caught him. What does family say? "Oh, he has some history of mental health issues." No shit. Look at this guy. I mean, That's what's walking around the street with us right now. You walk out of your house, doesn't matter if you live in a great area, these people are lurking around there. And I'm not doing this to scare you. I'm not trying to, scare the shit out of you into going, oh my God, I need to live in a barrier in a bubble. I don't live in a bubble, but I'm damn well protected and I know how to act if one of these knuckleheads engages with me. Right. So yeah, just situational awareness 101, man. Don't let people get up on you like this. Poor guy is dead because that asshole woke up, decided he wanted to ruin some lives. Yeah, that's that one. Another one, this actually happened down the street. My son and I go to jiu-jitsu a lot, and we could pull up to this light. This is Crown Valley. This is PCH. We turn left to go to our jiu-jitsu. Here's the ocean. These homes right here, gated area. These homes range from 10 to 30, $40 million. Just to let you, and actually the security footage of the right here that you're looking at, these homes, the guy who owns Twitter is building $100 million home in this area here. And this is across the street from the beach, and he's still making 100. So I'm just telling you, letting you know, this isn't downtown LA. This isn't down or San Francisco. This shit is happening everywhere. And to let you guys know, I'll play it. But right here, there's an intersection. You turn left on PCH. This way you're entering Laguna. This way you're going into Dana Point. Again, Mark, I'm not going to say anybody's name, but there's celebrities that live down here. There's also Ritz Carlton, and there's what is it? Used to be not the Montage. Astoria. Some high end hotels are both sides, Ritz Carlton and Waldorf. Waldorf Astoria is on the left side. So we're talking $1,000 to $5,000 a night hotels, and this shit's happening out here. So don't think, and I get this all the time. Oh, how dangerous is it out in Orange County? Well, I'm not living my life by, ooh, I live in a great area. How dangerous? I'm prepared at all times to act if I have to, because there's knuckleheads like this. So I don't know how to zoom in, but look up here. The cyclist is right here, and here comes this guy plowing through. Bam, he goes flying, right? And now, right then, he probably died. But this knucklehead gets out of his car right here, walks over, starts stabbing him, and saying, "How about that white privilege?" And I mean, not fortunately, because it was a bad scenario, but there were good Samaritans who stopped this guy from stabbing him more. He was already dead. But maybe he could have taken that knife and started attacking other randoms because, I mean, shit, this guy was a random. He was an ER doctor at a local hospital out here in Laguna Beach, and he attacked him and killed him. And why? When they asked him why he did it, he said, I woke up this morning and I wanted to kill somebody. I knew I was going to kill somebody. So I believe he had his daughter. He picked up his daughter from somewhere, and his daughter was in the car with him. Um, I mean, it's insane. Um, sorry, I'm playing around here. Um, that's the mentality of people. We're all civilized. We're all mentally great. We're all moral codes. People literally wake up and say, "Today, I'm going to fuck somebody up. I'm going to kill somebody," and he did it. And we can't. There's no way this biker could have defended himself. I mean, he was in the bike lane right here. These cars turn right. These cars go straight. The biker didn't do anything wrong. None of these victims did anything wrong. We're judging that we're going to be safe because we're thinking everybody else has the same moral code, and we're wrong. My mom told me the other day that she said, "Oh, somebody got too close to me," and my dad, my dad, her husband, was saying, "Oh, you should listen to Josh. That guy was in your space." And my mom said, "No, he wouldn't. I knew he wouldn't hurt me." And I said, "Why? Why do you know that?" "Well, because he looked like a nice guy." I said, "Mom, oh my goodness, your son's a savage, and you're not even listening to any of my messages. Don't let people get in your space, especially don't let the nice, oh, he's nice, good looking guy, whatever. Who cares? People, crazy's crazy. It doesn't matter where." My mom blew me away. And mom, if you're on this, I apologize, but that was a bad move. Don't let people in your space. Um, yeah, and here it is again. I mean, it's hard to watch, but this is what we need to do. Boom, hits the guy, goes flying. Probably already dead, but this guy gets out of his car. I don't even know if you can see him get out. But he does get out, runs over and starts stabbing the dude. So, again, hard to watch. As far as situational awareness, there's not a whole lot this guy could have done. He's on a bike ride. He's doing his thing. We've all had issues with cyclists. I don't know, maybe if there was a confrontation earlier down the way here. This down the street here to the left is where I saw a guy taking a shit yesterday. Again, super nice area, and we're going the wrong direction as a civilization. We're going backwards, but not a lot of this guy could do. Maybe I don't know, head on a swivel a little bit more. This guy came flying out of the back behind him. Um, it's just again a cyclist. Not much you can do. These guys. What will tell you is I see these cyclists. I see people running. I see people doing things with headphones in. I always recommend, and I was asked this last week in my seminar 2 weeks ago. Do not do things if you're out in public right now and out here, or say if there's a jogger out here with headphones in. Huge disadvantage. I mean, just think about it. One of these cars honked at you. You wouldn't hear it. What if somebody was yelling and they're mad? You wouldn't know it. You're bebopping or listening to a podcast or whatever you're listening to, and these people are trying to get your attention, and you're completely zoned out with your headphones in. So I highly recommend I don't even go to the gym with my headphones in. I just don't wear ear pods because I want to stay on point. I want people, if they're sneaking up on me, I want to know. If somebody's arguing behind me and not even at me, I want to know because it might come into my space and I'll have to act. Or, I mean, there's numerous scenarios where headphones are a huge disadvantage. I'm not saying this guy had them, but I'm just saying I've seen tons of people bebopping on their, this is PCH. This is a beautiful ride, north or south, and they have their headphones in. And you're, you know, even if you're running on a nice trail, lions, whatever, come at you, mountain lions, snakes, all these things make noises for a reason, right? They're warning you. So take out the headphones, enjoy the scenery. You riding a bike for a couple hours or whatever, just enjoy the scenery, but be aware, be vigilant. We have what, 5, 6 senses for a reason. Utilize them all to your advantage. Don't wear the headphones when you're riding the bikes or on your jogs or anything, especially the women. Predators like to sneak up on you from behind. They're going to make a little bit of noise, and that's your 1 second could save your life. So that's a cyclist. That guy's a knucklehead. And actually, the wife was getting death threats. This guy died on the scene right here. His wife was getting death threats from this guy's family. Mind blowing. So that shows you the apple does not fall far from the tree. This guy's family was giving death threats to this guy's wife. And you can ask yourself why, like I did. What are the death threats for? Your friend or your relative is a piece of shit. Why are you threatening the poor widow of this guy? But that's the people we're dealing with. So this guy's crazy and he has mental issues. Imagine the family members who are going out of their way to traumatize the wife even more. That's who we're dealing with. You got to think everybody on the street is crazy until they prove otherwise. Just like a dog. You wouldn't walk up to a random dog and just start petting them, right? Because you don't know. Dogs bite. You don't know there's a nice dog, a good dog, whatever. Same thing with people. Treat everybody like they're going to bite you. And then if they smile and like you need to interact with them somehow, then they start building more credibility. But don't just walk up to a guy and be like, "Hey, high five, bro. How you doing?" and start talking to him. Assume that guy's a piece of shit, right? It sounds harsh, but that's how I am, right? You got to earn my respect. You got to earn me getting in your space or letting you be part of my circle. I don't treat everybody. Once you do get in my circle, I'm the nicest guy in the world. I think I treat you with respect. Um, I'm courteous. I'd go out of my way to help you. But if anybody in the street, I'm going to treat you like you're crazy because most of the people out there are crazy. This one is at your home. Everybody thinks they're nice and safe and they're in their little spot, which I tell people, well, you're in the green. But once you go outside and this garage door was open, he should be in yellow. And why should he be in yellow? Well, let's see. Gets robbed taking out the trash by these two thugs, one's holding a gun, taking out his own trash. Beep, 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 beep. I'm taking out my trash, and now I have a gun in my back. Absolutely insane. So what should this guy have done? I mean, this is tough to say because we all just go outside and take our trash out thinking we're safe. But like I've said 1,000 times, once I walk outside into the open, I'm on yellow. I'm looking this way. I'm looking that way. I'm seeing. Look at he runs up on him. All he would have done if his head was to the left, let's look a little bit. If his head's to the left right here, just because this is open, you got to start thinking, how am I an easy prey? How am I easy to kill? I got to look left real quick. I can't just put my head down, even at your own home. That's how crazy society is now, even at your own flipping home. And this looks like a nice area. It looks like a nice driveway, right? So he's just bebopping. It doesn't matter. I live in a nice area. And as soon as I walk out of that door, I'm looking left, I'm looking right, I'm looking straight ahead. Is there anything abnormal? He probably should have done the same thing. A left, look to the left. I mean, it probably would have ended up the same way. He probably would have had a little bit more leadway to act. Maybe if he had a weapon, he could have drawn it. But look at this thug. And I'm not saying interact with these guys and start acting like Superman because let's be honest. If this guy with the gun wanted to kill him, he would have shot him here. He could have lit him up right here with his back turned, gone in, robbed it, got the keys that he was looking for, done whatever. He's not looking for murder. He's not looking to kill this guy. But I'm not saying turn around and start attacking this dude. If a guy has a gun, wait for your chance if you're going to act at all. And it's on you to act. I'm not saying go out and fight people with guns. But if you are going to act, wait for your opportunity. But he does the right thing. He puts his hands up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see how close. Oh, look at how close he gets to that gun. And you got to look at the situation. Does he have his hand on the trigger? Is there signs that this gun may be a fake gun? But you got to think that quickly about it. It's not going to be, like they have some movies where you break it down in slow mo and you start really analyzing everything. How you're going to fight. The Last Samurai comes to mind. He calmly sits there when the people surround him, and he visualizes the fight in his head before he actually acts. You're not going to have that opportunity, the fight or flight. This guy could have froze and just sat there, and the guy maybe shot him. But he's doing the right thing, putting his hands up, and no, 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 talking to him, telling him I got to go inside and get the keys. I don't know how this one ended. I don't know if he got the keys, took the car, whatever he wanted, and left. I don't know how it ended. That's the glory of Instagram. You get these small little clips, and you don't see how they ended. Um, it doesn't say down here either. But even at your home, the reason why I put this one on, even at your home, you are not safe these days. Doesn't matter how nice an area you live in, shit's happening. These people are coming into nice areas and robbing anybody they want. Let's go to another one and then we'll start wrapping it up here. Oh, this one drives me nuts. This is a school attack. What happened here? This is at a school. This is a teacher right here. She took away a student's, I think it's a teacher's aide. She took away a student's Nintendo Switch or something, and he doesn't like that. So what does he do? Right there, she's already knocked out. He pushed her with such force that she's already knocked out. What did this person do? Nothing. What does this person do? Nothing. Stomps her. This also pisses me off. Look at this Marine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He sees all this and he doesn't even pick up the pace. He doesn't do anything. This woman, kudos to her, she at least tried to engage, tried to stop him. Not very hard, but at least she's there trying to do something. Never even picks up the pace. This person, kudos, try to run in. Look at this guy. I'm sorry, but this Marine should have either choked him, tackled him, fought him, punched him, did something. He pushes him off lightly and then puts his butt in his face. And it doesn't stop this kid. He gets right back up and starts hitting her again. Let's break down what she could have done. Right here, somebody comes charging at you. I mean, we've all played football on the field. Doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. Juke, right? Don't let look at this kid's a big kid, over 200 pounds, coming straight at you. Make a quick little move. It doesn't, like you're playing tag. Juke him. But she was in shock, probably saw this kid running at her. Now she's out cold. Nothing she can do. She can't fight back. She's out cold. This person saw him charging. Look at this drives me nuts. This person right here. This person already sees this dude coming at her. Sees this go down. sees the impact. Oh, I'm still walking. Oh, that was kind of weird. What could be happening? Kicks to the head, turns back around, keeps walking. Piece of shit. Let me stop and watch. At least she didn't pick up her phone and start videoing. Very disappointed. This is why you are your first responder. You can't wait for this healthy individual to engage. This person, let's dissect what this person does. Okay, she's got her back turned. Here's the loud impact. Now she stops. I'm assuming it's a girl. Backs up a little bit. Still watching this girl right here. We'll dissect every one of their moves. How am I grabbing that? Stays way clear. Never does anything. Puts her shit down nice and gently. And still stands back. Never does anything. I'm sure she got a great view of it all. Now let's go dissect the Marine right here. Hard to watch. A Marine not doing a damn thing. Look at this dude stomping on her head. So right now he sees, or he should at least, sees this activity. One punch, two punch. Sees somebody on another, never even picks up the pace. Walking casually as if he doesn't see anything at all. Again, let me put my coffee down. Nonchalant walks over and just gives the guy a shove. And he drops another kick on her. Let me put my butt in your face. I mean, absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. You are your first responder. This poor woman is out cold. She is relying on other individuals. Let's give a count here. Let's give a count that could have saved this poor gal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least this one ran in with some urgency. But imagine if 5, this useless piece of shit, let's say 6 people would gone to a weekend seminar class. I don't know, maybe Savage Syndicate Live, knows a few things, has a little bit more confidence, says, you know what? I am not going to let a grown ass man pound on anybody. You know, in me, my world, I'd rather take the beating. It wouldn't happen. I wouldn't let this guy beat on me, but I would rather say, hey, I have a better fighting chance than an unconscious woman. Right. And I would engage quickly and harshly and violently. These people, disappointing. I mean, yeah, they still no urgency. Man, some of these people need to go on a treadmill. Hey, at least she picked up the pace a little bit. Let's see who else just, yeah, I think, ugh. What are you going to do from here? What? This person never flipping moved into the engage. At least this guy saw it and didn't ran in and engaged it. Absolutely pathetic. You cannot rely on other people to save you. This is a perfect scenario of why you need to train, why you need to do. I'm not saying go be a UFC fighter. I'm not saying go in 7 days a week and grind it, right? I prefer you do. I'd love to do it. It's a freaking enjoyment to me. But I realize not everybody wants it. You think this person's going to jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai or some kind of self-defense course? No, useless. You think this person's doing anything? No, useless. The Marine, I'm not a Marine, but I know they have some hard, intense training. I know a couple of them. I've been to some of the trainings, whatever. He should have acted. Very disappointed in this gentleman right here. Should have acted. Hey, at least she ran in there. I'm beating a dead horse here. You can't rely on other people. You are your first responder. You definitely can't rely on yourself when you. This woman obviously got knocked out cold, so she's. I don't blame her at all. She could have done some moves and juked them or whatever, but regardless, other people failed this poor woman. So you can't rely on other people. You are your first responder, and that is the final video I have there. I started this mission with trying to help people and trying to show them my passion about protecting yourself and protecting your family. Let's see if I can get up here. I'll stop share. I started that with that's my passion. That's why I wanted to do it. But now I'm getting angry. Now there's too many people out there that are taking advantage of nice people. So now I'm getting pissed, and like I said, that's why I started this video or thought of this Zoom last night. I'm not here to hawk anything. I'm not here to push anything. I just want to help you guys out and trying to look at the world through my lens. I look at things very tactical. I look at things very, I'm aware, right? And that's all I'm asking you guys to do. If you don't decide to train, I wish you would, because a lot of these scenarios, a little bit of training would have gone a long way in helping saving these people. Um, but just go out and do something about keeping you and your family safe. These videos, I could do this every day and dissect these 1,000 different ways. It's happening every day. I guarantee you right now, today, if I turn on the news, 5 more attacks happened locally. If I start watching the national news, it's happening everywhere, every day. There's kids getting bullied. There's kids getting picked on. There's people getting mugged, robbed, shot, stabbed, carjacked. You name it. Within this Zoom call, I can guarantee you there was 100 that happened nationwide. During the Zoom call, I bet you there was probably 100 that happened in my city. It happens. And I don't know what other tactic to use besides trying to get you guys more aware of this. It's scary. It's frightening. You don't want to think that it could happen to you. But I don't want you to wait until it does happen to you before you take action. So maybe watching these videos, maybe watching these scary things happen to other people is going to light the fire under you to get action. But I don't know how else to do it. Or maybe if I have these videos once a week and kind of walk you through it, maybe it'll start, inspiring you guys to do more. If you have any questions, or if you want training from me, I'm available. If you want places to go to and I can refer you to, let me know. I can do that. Just start being proactive instead of reactive. Start taking your safety seriously now before you become one of those victims that I just showed you. It happens at the gas station, happens at the grocery store, happens at your house. It happens everywhere. Every city, every state. It's nobody's immune to it. I'm not immune to it. I can go get attacked out there today. Um, but I'm prepared. I have things on me. I know how to act. I know what to look for. Hopefully it'll never happen to me. But if it does, I'd like to think that I'm prepared. So I hope this Zoom meeting helped you guys. If you guys, again, have any questions, reach out to me. But I thank you for the ones that did show. I will replay this in my Facebook and wherever else, my social media you have access to. I'm going to make this open to the public. I'll probably do one once a week from here on out if you guys are interested. But if you are interested in any kind of thing, just reach out to me. I'm very accessible and I respond to everybody that reaches out to me. So I thank you guys for being on here. With that, stay safe, stay savage, stay hard to kill.